Welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. I'm making a double-sided fall/Halloween Scarecrow shelf setter for the 4th Friday challenge, hosted by my friends Lisa of Our Grey House, Sara of Jujubee DIY, and our guest host is the amazing Indiana Jones. Let's get into it. I've cut my Scarecrow from 3/4 inch plywood. I've sanded him and I'm ready to decorate. I've already painted the edges with Cermcoat charcoal, and I'll start on the fall side first. I apply a coat of Americana sun bleached to his face. I've cut out my scrapbook paper to fit his body, and I'll Mod Podge that into place. First, I apply a healthy coat to the wood and then to the back of the paper, and I'll pop that in place, roll over it with my brayer to ensure good contact, then it'll get a top coat of Mod Podge. Now I'll come back in with the sun bleached to add little scallop puckers at his neckline, like you would have with gathered fabric, and I'll give his face and his neckline another full coat. I cut a scrapbook paper hat for him, and I apply that the same way as I did his body. I've cut a cute wee crow from polka dot scrapbook paper, and I'll pop that on the center of his hat. That'll get a top coat of Mod Podge too. I've torn a rectangle from this antique looking paper. That will go in his belly. This section will get a wooden phrase cut out a bit later. You'll see. I've sketched on his features, and I'll start by dip dotting his eyes. His iris is Cermcoat Hippo Gray, and I'm using a foam brush handle to do the dotting. While his eyes dry, I'll paint in his nose with Americana honey brown and his mouth with white. I dot his pupils with charcoal using a smaller dowel. I'll pop them in the corner so that he's giving me the side eye. I'm using my liner in Hippo Gray to outline the shape of his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. I'm doing my best to keep that line as thin as possible. Also, my dude's going to have some teeth, so just going to throw a couple lines in there, and I'll dip dot white highlights into his eyes. Dry brushing on his cheeks with Americana honey brown, and I'll give him white swirls in the center of his cheeks using my liner brush. I love adding swirls to cheeks because I think it adds a little whimsy, gives it a little extra cuteness. With the handle of a paintbrush, I give the crow an eye, first with white, then I'll come back in and dip dot charcoal. And I fill in his beak with Hippo Gray. I'll add a couple of lines for his wings too. Nothing fancy, just a little bit of a curve to them. I'm using Folk Art floating medium to assist with the shading. I dip my brush into the medium, then I side load with honey brown. I stroke my brush on my plate to load the bristles. Paint corner of my brush to the edge of his face. This is where I want the darkest part of the shading. As I stroke, the color will feather out. Darkest at the edge, fading as it moves toward the other side of my brush. I really need to do a quick video on shading. I get a lot of questions about the floating medium, so I promise I'll get to that. I'll shade in all my details, and I reload my brush as needed. Anywhere that I think a shadow would fall, I'll float in that shading. If you've seen me paint before, you know that I'd like to layer my shading colors, so I'm coming in with Americana Spiced Pumpkin now, starting with his hat, just following the edge of his hat and shading anywhere I think it needs it. I reinforced the shading on his face too with the spiced pumpkin. You know, I just love to layer up that color. And I bring some of that spiced pumpkin to the tag on his belly too. I've used orange and teal as my fall decor colors for the past several years now. So I'm floating in some Americana Bluegrass Green. It's a beautiful teal color. I realize that this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's how I roll. I love the orange and teal combo. I think it's very complimentary. So basically I'm adding it the same places that the other shading is. I'm not going over top of the shading that's already there. I'm more or less just floating the color alongside it. I'll add one more layer of color, this time with charcoal. Again, I'm shading next to, not really on top of the other shading. I pretty much just lay the color down anywhere that pleases my eye. This is the wood phrase cutout that I'm adding, and I base coated it with charcoal and dry brushed it with spiced pumpkin and bluegrass green. I'll glue that in place later after I finish the Halloween side. So let's get into that. I've applied my scrapbook paper in the exact same way as I did the other side, and his features will be the same also. However, I will paint his nose with Cermcoat Rain Gray and his cheeks with Cermcoat Drizzle Gray. So you can see, it's pretty much the same process as before. I'm just using different colors. I add a lapel to the opening of his jacket. That center paper is his shirt. I know it looks like a tie, but it's actually his shirt. I give his cheeks the same swirls, but this time instead of white, I use Hippo gray. I'll shade him first with charcoal. Now you probably noticed he doesn't have the gathered puckers at his neckline. I wanted the Halloween side to be a wee bit more formal. Again, I'm just laying the shading down wherever there would be a shadow. My second layer is spiced pumpkin. I'm not covering the charcoal, I'm floating the orange next to the charcoal. I'm floating around the crow with that spiced pumpkin, make him stand out. With my liner and charcoal, I'll give him some lashes, and I'll flip him over and give the false side lashes too. To level up that formal appearance of the Halloween dude, I give him a monocle. I use my Silhouette Cameo to cut this from gray vinyl. I also cut some Quasar stars too. I add those to his jacket, and one for the crow. I also added a layer of white highlights to him, and I also added a bottle cap with some ribbons hanging down to the opening of his jacket to finish him off. There's the bottle cap. Here's another look at the fall side. I love that wee crow. So cute. And here's a side by side. I hope you like him or them. Let me know what you think. Thank you Lisa, Sara, and Annie for hosting. Links to their channels are in the description box. Please be sure to check them out. They're all very talented with fresh projects that you won't see elsewhere. Also, be sure to check out the playlist for more inspiration. You'll find that link below as well, along with the list of my supplies. Stay creative, my friends. Thanks for hanging with me. See you next time. Up all night with Monica.